Hello everyone, welcome back to LOGGCP, to guide, to correct and to build you even by the power of the Holy Spirit. So I want you all to subscribe, to like, to share and to comment so you can receive life-changing messages on this channel. God bless you. See you. Hello, our global family. Welcome back to Logkingdommarriage, and this is LOGGCP, as you all know. So, by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, we are here again, even by the election of grace. So, if GCB is here to serve you, don't forget GCB to guide, to correct, and to build, even by the power of the Holy Ghost. So today, I have something very important God laid into my heart to share with everyone under the sound of my voice. So today, we have a very important discussion to discuss about everyone. Okay, so I am not here alone today in the studio. I have my wonderful woman, a pastor's wife, and she's here with me in the studio. Pastor Mrs. Gloria, sweet. Welcome, wow. So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Glad to be here too.
I am.
Welcome to LGGCB. God bless you. Okay, so she's here.
Having me.
She's here today to also contribute and to also guide people, as the name of this the GCB program implies. So I believe you are ready for today's meeting. Okay, so are you ready for today's meeting?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we're gonna learn from you, and I'm preparing people to one of you. So, and that is why we are here today. Okay, so the topic here says personality, and as we all know, that personality has to do with somebody's value, that's to do with somebody's mental health, that's to do with somebody's ability, their strength, their weaknesses, everything about them. It has to do about their character, that's to do about their emotions. So today, I've noticed even before now, and based on my study, I see that people are still, battling with this issue of their personality, recognizing who they are, and to be able to know when somebody knows who he or she is, it will be easier, much more easier, to be able to know when to stop and when to do things. The person will be able to recognize his or her strength, I believe so. But now, based on my personal even counseling with people, and also meaning look at things, people in my working place, and even people, I notice that some people, they don't even know who they are. They don't recognize their personalities. They find it difficult to relate with people at the same time. And they feel like this one is, this is just me, that is me, maybe it's about me. And at the same time, some people wallow in regrets almost every time when they do things that is not, what they really don't want to do.
Okay, let us first know what personality is.
Okay.
Personality first is what makes us unique individual. It's a characteristic way of our thinking, of our feeling, and of our behavior. We all can never be the same. We all have our own personal traits. You may be a reserved person, I may not be. But we must relate. It does not mean that because you are reserved, I must be, or everybody around me must be. No, there must be interaction. It does not make this person bad or the other one's good. But, our way of life and our person also matters. But we must interact. Regardless, we must interact because it makes us unique people. Yes, it makes us unique people. Could be people who are honest, trustworthy, confident. Others might not be, but it doesn't make them bad people as well. But it's just it actually summarizes who this person is. It just tells you that this person is this person, and this is that way, by the character, by the behavior, by the personality will tell you, with this person, I know this person. This person, I know this. I can tell you what this person is. I can tell you what that person is. So that is straight to it.
So very much. So from what you said now, you said, okay, you define the word personality to us, and you make us understand that it's actually talk about our characteristics.
Yes.
Now, from what you said somebody can easily derive that this person is this person is hot-tempered, this person is social, and that person is melancholy and all these things. But there are some people who are here to really be able to identify. Okay, now, even before we go into that, because I actually have a question relating to what you just said.
Okay.
And I would love to know more, and I think many people get to also know more.
Okay,
so now, I want to start by asking you first question. And the first question here says, how can I know my true temperament? Why you put the word truth there, man? It's because some people when they are outside, they just try to be able to relate. Just like the Bible says that when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. So now, in that case, some people has not taken even that scripture opposite, or let me say they have already turned it upside down. Whereby, when people are at their working place, or maybe they are outside, or they go to a party, there is really a behave, there is really a talk. But their true character, when they are tuned, they are like another thing.
Yeah.
Or probably some of them, at times it's not even when they are, maybe they are lousy outside. Some people are even quiet outside.
Yeah.
They are like angel outside, but in the house is another thing. Why some people, they are outside, they are behaving like a boss. People that behave like a boss, people that they are, they're like soundboy. Yeah. So, but when they are in the house, they behave, and I also want to give advice to that person to be able to truly identify the person's temperaments.
Listen, I would say, first, just as I said before, we are unique individuals. We are never the same, no matter what. To relate with people who are hyper, I call them hyper. Some are hyper, some are just reserved. But for you to be able to know, one thing I think you can do is first listen, because some people might not know how to express themselves. Some might express themselves out of anger because they know probably you want to put them down. You just want to know that you don't want them to air their own view. You don't want to hear them out. And the only way is to do it with force. It trains that temperament. They want to do it by force. They want to be there. They want to be heard by force. They want, they just want you to. They want to push you to listen to them. First thing is always listen, irrespective of who is talking to you. Always
listen. When somebody is trying to listen, and it can easily help the person
to express his or herself. When you're able to listen, the person will get it that, okay, from this listener, I'm able to express myself. Then you can be able to tell this person, okay, I understand from your point of view. Do you want to hear my own view? Can I come in? Can I give my own opinion? There, you're able to express yourself too. You're able to tell this person, there are some certain things you do in your character, it is not so good. We are not saying you're a bad person. Maybe you are highly temperamental, but can you kind of reduce it? Because some people will find it difficult to calm down. There are people who find it difficult to calm down no matter what you say, no matter what you do. But when you give listening ear, it shows you are being friendly, sort of, for you to be able to advise this person. There are some people who just want you to listen to them, so that when you are able to tell them what they are not doing well, that way they'll listen to you. Because they are human beings as well.
Okay, so now thank you so very much, man. Now, based on that question, the question says that can somebody identify and know his true temperament because it was a law. Like the example I stated, that when somebody is outside, the person can behave like melancholy, and when he's in the house, behave like a choleric. So now, like you said, then give us one point, and the point there is that the person should try to develop a listening ear, so that the person can be able to know who he or she is, and so that some people, their compliments alone can make somebody to assume that he is a humble person or submissive person.
Yeah.
Like for instance, they know ourselves maybe more than other people know.
Exactly.
But at the same time, some people want to confront, like they want to be satisfied in what people say. Like yourself that you are a choleric in there. Not that being a choleric is not bad if it's if it's guided by the Lord. But the thing there is that some people, they still don't know that accepting every compliment and believing that is who you are can actually affect who they truly are. Okay. So now you're not saying that listening here is one of the key points for that person to truly identify who is. So that means if I start listening to people, if I start listening before I talk, and I start listening to people, from there I can easily
from their point of view.
Yes. Okay, from their own point of view, I can easily learn I am
to be able to tell from each angle what the person is trying to express. See, knowing yourself, knowing your personality makes other people to understand you.
Yeah.
It gives you a recognition, which is acceptable in the society or with people around you. When you understand yourself, people will also tend to follow suit. I might not know whether I'm temperamental. Some might not know. They will just tell you. People just tell me that I'm. Yes, of course, people will tell you. You will not know because you don't know. People will tell you who you are and what you do, which is not right. That way, you must also understand why this person is like this. Maybe this person must have encountered one or two people who are not good listeners.
Okay.
And the person is trying to force his own view on you by, this kind of high attitude. You understand? So you must listen. You must calm down. Try to understand this person. Don't always impose your view or your own opinion or your own ideas on the other.
Yeah, I guess I get more about what being like the way you truly efforts to buttress the word right now.
Okay.
So not just by just talking or not talk, just by you being the lead talker, and it makes someone to be talkative, and before you know it, will not be able to really identify exactly. And people will start pinpointing your wrong.
Yes, and that's what people will see.
Yes, and before you know it, people can categorize that person automatically that you are weird or you are bad, you are authentic.
Exactly.
So the best solution for that person is to pay attention.
Listen.
Thank you so very much.
Listen to understand their own point of view.
Thank you so much. So the second question here, and I believe many people are also maybe they want to ask is it advisable to somebody that, for instance, if somebody is choleric in I'm using the word choleric almost every time now. So that maybe somebody like that is listening to me right now. So now, is it advisable for a choleric to also, just limit him or herself to having relationship with personality like him, temperament like him, people that have the same temperament like him? So is that really advisable for such person to only surround him? At times, like let me explain it better.
Okay.
Like some people, for instance, let me say someone that desire that, okay, I don't want to have problem with people.
Yeah.
I just want to choose people who I can't personality like me. I want to choose them. I don't want anyone not to cause problem, not to cause issue.
Yeah.
Is it really advisable and to just shut the door against others?
Okay. From my own point of view, if you're a reserved person and you're perhaps in a relationship with another reserved person, I don't think you both will kind of gel. In a sense that you will not really enjoy it. There might not be, how would I call it? They call it spy. Spy. There's no spies in that kind of relationship. But then, you tend to go in a relationship with someone of your of your personality. I don't think it's a bad thing either. But whether you have a high temperamental person,
Maybe like the
and you're in a relationship with a high temperamental person, there's going to be disaster. There's going to be war in that house. Nobody is ready to listen to the other. So I don't think both should always. You can always have this conformity with other type of people, other personality that is not exactly you. It does not rule out the fact that you are also a bad person. No, we are not saying these personalities are bad, But what we are saying is how both can interact, which is of utmost important. We can always interact. What you may learn from this high temperamental person is different from what you may learn from this person who is also reserved, whether choleric or melancholy. So it does not mean that because I'm I'm query.
I should
not limit my relationship or my interaction with just of the same personality.
Yeah.
No. Life is not like that. That is what makes us unique. We are unique. We are all unique in our own. Everybody can never be the same.
Yes.
We can never all be the same. Even if there are twins born from the same mother, from the same womb, born on the same day. Believe me, they can never act same way.
Yes.
Personality-wise, they can never act same way.
Yes.
That is life.
Wow.
That is life.
Thank you so very much. So now, I believe you have learned something. So meaning now, being a co-learner doesn't mean you should limit yourself to only have relationship with people that are of the same personality.
Yes.
Now, what Mommy is saying here is that she is trying to tell somebody understandable about voice that don't make such a decision by saying, I just want to, what the Bible says by saying, make peace with all men, pursue with all men. That doesn't mean this is not what the Bible is saying. Now listen, this is what the Bible is not saying limit yourself to only people who understand it. If you only limit yourself to people who have the same mental this thing with you, like the same personality, the same mental understanding, and all this thing, you will really limit yourself in so many areas. Even maritally, you can probably limit yourself. But I am very sure that in other areas, you have already limited yourself. Like in business and life, investing, to be successful, it will be extremely difficult. Because your best cannot act like you. Other stuff cannot be like you. And you'll be able to work, and you'll be able to even have your own business. Because different people with different personality will come. So now what she makes us understand now, if I really get it right now, don't limit yourself or not to your only personality.
Even the Bible says it in the book of Romans 8:29 says that we don't have to change our personalities to conform to the image of Christ, but are called to follow him and serve him as unique individuals.
Yes. So now
even God made us know that we all can never be the same.
Yes.
Character-wise, we are all different. We can never be the same. Yes.
Thank you so very much. So please work on your uniqueness so that it can be sweet, like she said that. Yeah, don't let that swab that that thing that make it spice. Go here. Don't look at yourself like you are a bad person because you said that earlier. Being a colleague, a sanguine, a phlegmatic, doesn't mean you are bad. Do you understand? You can balance yourself, work on yourself. Thank you so very much to work on yourself. Okay, now the third question we have here is, how can someone work on his or her emotional attitude? Like for instance now, somebody might be like, okay, maybe when things are not going as expected, then you have to place all the emotional problems on others. Maybe you're married, your husband has to suffer for the unmet expectation, or the children has to suffer for the unmet expectation. Unachievable. I don't know. All this. So how can somebody work and be able to balance this? Because at times our emotions really want to talk.
Yes, exactly. Just as you said, our emotions really want to talk, because as human beings, we cannot remove the fact that we are emotional in nature. Yeah, we have these emotions running through our veins. We want to express ourselves, whether you listen or not. I just want to speak. And the nearest person takes up the anger. Whatever anger that there is, but in relationships, I think there should be understanding. In every relationship, there should be understanding, because first, let me just quickly digress, because they'll tell you that in marriage, love is never enough. Yeah, which I also truly believe. In marriage, love is never enough, because if you come to a point that you don't love this person anymore, you've come to a point that what made him marry such a person, in the first place? Why would I want to stay with this kind of person? The love is gone, but there is understanding, there's tolerance. How are we able to tolerate ourselves? So in relationships, it's also like that. At every little thing we want to flare up, but there must be understanding that not everybody can also take your irrational attitude.
Yes.
You understand me? Just as you want to flare, you want to live your points
yourself.
You understand? Trust me, not everybody will also be quiet to listen or want to take all that bullshit. They'll tell you what. They'll tell you what. If you are calm, I can be calm with you. But if you are calm and I'm not, I must look to a way to calm you.
Yes.
Now, for a couple, if there's an issue in the house, and maybe after the shouting, the arguments and everything, the other spouse with the quiet one, do you expect him or her to reply? No. You have to be calm. Let him or her express the anger, express whatever emotions they're in. Yes, it will not last for too long. It won't last for too long. By the time the person is calm, then you can walk up to the person and tell this person, okay, I understand what happened the last time, but we can work on it. Calmly, we can work on it. So, as human beings, when we speak to our spouses or anybody, they tend to listen to us depending on how we're able to relate with them. Because you cannot correct somebody by shouting at the person. Okay. You cannot correct somebody by telling the person, you did it the other time. You cannot correct the person by bringing out the mistakes every time to the person's very eyes. No. There are ways we can correct somebody with love, calmness. It is there. So when it comes to emotional support, we should also be caring. We should be compassionate. Let us try to understand from this person's view why this person is like this.
That's correct.
Why this person is like this, so that the person can pour out his mind to us and tell us exactly what he or she is going through.
Okay, thank you so very much, ma. And I believe that one is for a side.
Yeah.
You still need to also balance the other side, because now, and the first side we settled now is the side of someone that is a victim of it. Like for instance, if this one is fighting, this one is angry, the other one needs to be calm, needs to understand the person, and let her raise it again so that they can settle it and make it.
Yeah.
Now, what about the person that's also the person that is angry? Maybe the person, I didn't mean that the person that is a angry person.
Yeah.
I mean the person that's trying to adapt our emotion.
Yeah.
I think that's person also control and try to manage. I didn't say will not express our emotion.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that how to be able to manage and control our emotional attitude towards maybe our husband or wife or children or our boss. There are some people when they have issues with their bosses, whatever with their boss at work, it will bring it back to the house.
Yeah.
Or even with the children or with anyone in the house,
extend the aggression
around them. They will extend the aggression, blast anybody, and later start apologizing. Okay, now say the person the stress and the headache. I believe that's why God is bringing this kind of a topic to somebody's life right now. That GCB is to correct that person and about to guide the person correct and to build that person's life. So what is now your advice to that person so that the person can be able to balance and manage the emotional attitude?
Yeah, as a unique being or individual, I want us to understand that we have our strength and we have our weaknesses. We cannot all be complete with we are not a total package when it comes to personality. You understand? We are not a total package. But for one who is going through some emotional maybe problem or trauma or the only way you can support this person, make this person understand. Because sometimes a lot of people will extend aggression, out of anger, out of frustration. You can also make this person understand that we understand your strength, we understand your weakness, and this is your weakness. Well, we are individual, we are different in the way we handle issues.
Yes.
Because the way A manages is not the way B will manage. What A we take is different from what B we accept. You understand? But when we face so many emotional troubles or problems or trauma, I think first is identify what it is, what causes such. You understand? once we're able to identify what the problem is, that is solution itself. Once you're able to identify what the problem is, you are kind of finding a solution for it itself. Now, how you can support yourself when it's in a tense environment? If the environment is not conducive for you emotionally, one thing you can always do is to excuse. You cannot be in a tense environment where you cannot function properly. Where you cannot function properly, one who is moody, who has this mood swing, will always have problems. Yes, there's something they call neuroticism, which is about people who have mood swings, who are pessimistic. Yeah. So it also affects them health-wise. From anxiety to this worrisomeness to this even depression. Now, there's always a way we can always live a tense environment that can calm us. We don't have to face everything. We can always excuse ourselves.
Yeah.
We that we're in a circle of a problem, we should know that we need to take a step off. Calm down. Focus. Let us try to strategize to know, okay, if I go back in there, I'll still feel irritated by whatever action it is. Yes. So many times we always do not want to stay in an environment that is hostile.
Okay.
We don't have to stay in an environment that is hostile. We always let us learn to live when we feel this environment is tense for us. That way we can calm down, identify what the problem is, and from there we pick up a solution on how to go about it by ourselves.
Wow, thank you so very much, Ma. Thank you. Okay, sir, the 2 points is that first, the person needs to identify the problem.
Yes.
So that you can even know whether it's worth it or not. Whether you don't know what the problem is. Yes, because somebody can just get angry based on what the person is thinking only. Because at times the person, the emotion will just change, the facial expression only just based on what the person is trying to imagine or even think. Because sometimes it happens, I've counseled people like that, it happens. They just say, I was thinking about this thing, and we are thinking. And that voice will just change. You just thinking
exactly.
So maybe you're suspecting your husband or your wife, or maybe your kids are not well, or maybe there is something going on, or your boss. You are thinking. So the first thing is to first of all identify so much. So the second thing now is to excuse yourself.
Yes.
You have to excuse
or leave it the way when the situation is tense.
Most especially when the environment is not conducive enough. So you have to take a leave. To just think, not that doesn't mean you are running.
You are not.
No.
But at that moment, step aside to calm yourself.
Yeah, so that you don't behave nasty.
Exactly. So you can always come back to it, then you'll be able to know how to go about it.
So now this is the solution to solving the emotional attitude, so that people can stop being a victim of your emotions. They can stop being a victim of your feelings.
Yeah.
So now please work on it. If there is anything like that in you, this is the item you need to stop, and this is the item you need to work on yourself. We are not saying expressing yourself is bad. We need to expressing yourself is poor. But what God is teaching you here today is that say to it that you know what the problem is. Identify it first so that you can know how to tackle it. And number two, always excuse yourself. It's not a do or die affair. If you went talk, they're not going to die and they are not going to bury you. And if you talk, that doesn't mean you will become the next president or whatever it is. So the matter. So here is the word of God to you. GCD, don't forget. So the first question is, how can someone enjoy being a choleric and also a melancholy? Because choleric people, they always, people always make them to feel like every time they are short tempered. If we take them, they talk somehow, they behave like a boss, because the choleric people, they behave like a boss. Okay, so, and some people in marriage, the husband believes like, maybe, because I'm trying to just speak the mind of people, and this is trying based on the question I have received before.
Okay.
Now, she told me that at times, yes, she's not married. They are planning to get married, and the way maybe when they have something to do together, maybe or they want to pray together, or they want to do something even on phone, the lady always have something to say. Like she always behave like a leader. and know that she is not being submissive.
Yeah.
She knew what to say.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people when you ask them something, they first of all think, not because they don't even know what to say, just that he's not picking on time.
Yeah.
But now, how can that person still enjoy being a choleric? And also, how can a melancholy? Because people always criticize a melancholy. They say they are too quiet.
They are quiet. They are inside. They will sign them.
And melancholy, they will say they are really dirty. Like, we are quiet and we are serious. And how can that person still find interest in him or herself? How can that person enjoy being a choleric, being a melancholy, be any personal, any category you are?
Well, can I say something that both mixture is nice. It's nice in the sense that you are kind of like this one is sorry.
I can enjoy being a choleric by myself, not being offended by myself.
By yourself. Wow, that's a huge one. Huge one in the sense that I can be short temper and I enjoy it. It's not possible. Even but I will want to sort of change, even though I'm finding it difficult. But it's a process. Change is never done in a day. It's never done in a week. It's a process. It takes time, adaptability. At a point you begin to see yourself changing after you must have been talked to. Oh, you see that you pick offense in every little thing.
Little discussion.
You are irritable. When they say something here, you are exactly. You understand? You pick up issues from little things that are not even often what you can get angry over. But I think people like that, when they are being spoken to, you make them understand that they are short-tempered. Because I think I used to know somebody who was like that before. Every little thing, even before you do something, it's like picking up offense, picking up, and they can talk. Really? Oh, they kind of force you to listen to them.
Yes, that's choleric.
They force you to listen to them. They are bossy in nature. With nature. They mean no harm though.
Yeah.
But it's just their personality.
How can one person enjoy, truly, the question started like, okay, how can I control my emotions?
Yeah.
Giving us a very amazing answer. And I have to identify yourself. That was the first question I asked. So because now I have identified that I am a choleric and I'm working on myself.
Yeah.
Take myself as an example.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm a choleric or melancholy or a phlegmatic. Now I know and I accept and I'm working on myself. Still in the process, like you gave me one point, and the point is we should know that the change doesn't come in a day. The process is a journey. So now I can still be able to enjoy myself, because at times it's very much to feel bad. It's very much to when people talk, you want to feel lonely, you want to feel like a bad person. I can still draw strength, even though I'm still working on that change. I can still draw strength to still find myself in prayer. I'm that of that rules because of dance.
I know that I have somebody who is this like this from it. Every issue is a threat to them. Like I once told the person, I said, listen, I know you're a Christian. It does not remove the fact that you have this kind of attitude in you. But have you read 1 John 4:8? What is the personality of God in that? He's compassionate and he's slow to anger. Slow to anger. If everybody should pick that personality, I think that's just the best. That's one of the traits of God. He's compassionate and he's slow to anger. If we as Christians, and we have this choleric attitude, then tell me, who do we look up to? Whose personality are we tapping into? Because as Christians, we are no longer we are a new creation.
Yes, for Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes, we're a new creation. And what personality are we picking? That of God.
Yeah, that's true. And that's reminding me in the book of Philippians that let this mind also be of you, which was also in Christ.
So when you say the personality of Christ, of God, is compassionate and slow to anger, who are you? Tell me, are you a Christian? Are you? Because you can't be a Christian and you are this short-tempered. You see everything, you antagonize everything. You just only want to be heard. You want to boss around people. To you will feel no. A time will come in your life that you sit down and think you're taking maybe rash decision because of your short temper. You should not be judgmental. You should learn to listen to people, learn from people. Don't be irritable when you see people talk. Don't see yourself as the one and only boss who can speak, who can order people around, who can just judge people from their own point of view. Listen to other people, hear them out. You might gain something from there. So as a person who is choleric, of course, we are all human beings. And for those who are reserved too, well, maybe quiet is good, but that choleric is kind of stretching. There should be a change in that.
Right. The thing is that there are some people that they are melancholy or you phlegmatic, but they are very, very subtle. They are very, very subtle. They are cunning. They work like serpent. But now, as a child of God, I know Christ is helping us.
Yeah.
So now here is our advice to anyone in that kind of level or in that kind of personality, in that kind of category. Now, the thing is, as you're working towards changing yourself, trust the Holy Spirit. He is the only one that can help you. Like I usually tell people, I do tell them that don't not marry somebody and say I will change the person.
You can never change anybody. You can never change. You can only change yourself. You can only change yourself, which will also reflect on the other person. Because you cannot marry and say, okay, I will change this and brand it. This is a smoker.
Holy Spirit is the one that is giving energy of transformation.
Yes.
He's the only one that can change people. He's the only one that can help. He's the only one. So therefore now, how to really enjoy being your personality is to first of all acknowledge. Like she said earlier, acknowledge where you are, then accept your wrongs, accept your weaknesses. Like you said, your weaknesses. Accept your weaknesses. Don't only accept your strength. Like I said, that people always want that compliment.
Yeah.
They don't want
no.
Don't only accept the compliment, also accept the
your weaknesses. Yeah.
So this is how you can actually enjoy being yourself. When you begin to accept corrections, when you begin to see the way God wanted to see, like you also gave us a point that we should always look up to Christ.
Yeah.
The author and the finisher. Now, this thing actually is a psychological teaching, and I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not a psychologist, but we are psychologists in spiritual sense, and we believe that this can also help. One of these days, by God's grace, maybe we invite a psychologist to also speak to us in this kind.
Yeah.
He or she can explain it. But now let us just give you the surface of it. And the surface of it is that as a Christian, we know that all things are possible, they are Christ who strengthens us. Yes, ma'am. Apostle Paul said that he didn't say through my own knowledge. No, he says through Christ.
Yeah.
Strengthening. And that's what Mom just said. She just said to us that we should look up to him.
Yeah.
That is able to help. That in here to your study, in here to discover yourself, in here to listen to other people, their opinions, their suggestions, their correction. Do not forget the place of the Holy Spirit. Do not forget the place of prayer. Do not forget the place of study of the Word, because the Word has the power to transform the mind.
Exactly.
It's able to help you to enjoy your personality when you begin to study the Bible and also read books. And that is my contribution to that. Also read books. Read books actually that can build your faith, can build your mind, faith in Christ. They can build your mind. They can help you to think well, to reason well.
Yeah.
Some people actually, before you talk, they will think for you.
Yes.
Before you say something, because that kind of person that think for people, I tell you, the Word of God is the first medicine ever, and that will help you. And nobody is not to make you feel bad, and it's not to make you feel like maybe they are abusing you at all.
And in the midst of those who can help.
That's also important. Surround yourself
positive-minded people.
Kingdom-minded people. Now, this is a program ordained by God to die. Don't forget the meaning of GCV. It's to die, to correct, and to build. So maybe you are able to receive your correction, and like God is beating you, telling you it's not good, but yet it's building you with a rod of correction.
Yes.
This is the Bible that there's a rod of correction and there's a rod of destruction.
Yes.
So God is giving you a rod of correction. So now listen to it and make sure you walk on it. Thank you so very much, Mark. Okay, now let's make to the last question for today by the special grace of God. Now, the last question is it's in the mind of many people.
Okay.
Yes. So it's in the mind of single people. It's in the mind of even married people. It's in the mind of bosses.
Okay.
And I would like to break it down so that we can take it one after the other. Next fifth question, actually, we need to divide it in different areas because it actually apply rather to every areas. Now, let's take it from spouse. This is kingdom marriage. So now let's start from spouse. I'm as a Christian, as a kingdom-minded person. Now, if a lady get married to a choleric or a melancholy, and the person that got married also in like a phlegmatic. Now, how can each other work together? And then they are of difference, and that is actually the best. I usually advise people don't get married to melancholy. You have to the marriage to be boring. Choleric, it will be on fire. We ask every time because we want to talk. I've been now. The other person want to talk. So, and what is now your advice? Like to husband to be able to honor, because if you let me bring it to aspect of marriage, like I said earlier. Husband is a choleric, the wife is a melancholy, and the husband will feel like you're too calm, you don't make friends easily, you don't relate with my family very well. You are maybe she's more melancholy people or even phlegmatic people. They are relaxed, they are peaceful, they don't take things like the people, like choleric people. Even sanguine also still take things like sharp, more urgent. So now I can the husband understand the wife, and also the wife should also understand the husband because of the kind of nature he is.
Okay.
So the thing is that it plays each
other. First, let me say, if we are talking in the context of marriage, choleric and melancholy, how did you meet? How did you speak to this person that you want to marry this person?
And the person that's true.
You understand me?
Yeah.
How did you come? How did you speak? How were you able to convince me?
Because now marrying me,
yes,
that's marriage. Married people.
So for you to actually sit down and listen and talk to this person, that means it means you can tolerate the person. That's why I say you can tolerate each other. We can always tolerate each other, no matter how high temperamental we are, no matter how reserved, calm, and we don't talk easily. We are kind of spoon-fed for everything we do.
Or you are even so calm, or you are relaxed and as long as anyone.
But it's a beautiful mixture. I said before, it spices your relationship.
Is to remember how you were able to complete
that need. If you can come to me before marriage and you are not like this, and after marriage the attitude change, and if I can also accept you before marriage, then at least you can tolerate this person. It might not be for long though, but for a while.
But in that angle that you just finished talking about now, is that things actually change. Things that people that
change.
True color actually doesn't reflect before you open the package.
Yeah, of course.
This is a Bible. You can color of it. You open it.
Some people might not want to hold their spouse it out.
It happens after marriage. Let me say that is a norm.
Okay. Now, a lot of people, some people will tell you they dated for 5 years, 4 years, 10 years before marriage. It was really after the marriage, you are beginning to see the person you married.
Yes.
You understand? So I think it's like that. So when you then tell me because of this change in attitude, you withdraw, you leave the marriage. See, marriage goes beyond just love. I said it before. There's something they call tolerance. There's something they call endurance. There's a place where you can always sit together, pray together. A prayerless marriage, a prayerless marriage, it will be full of crisis, of course. If you don't have God in the crisis, if you don't have God in your midst in your marriage, how do you expect? Of course, there will always be complain over things that are minute. Complain over things that are not worth it. Complain over things you can just look over. So attitude also changes one. This person might be like this hot-tempered.
My own attitude towards the person.
Can help this person come. Of course, we are human beings.
So we also
deal with such people with your own calm attitude. You must be a positive-minded person. Try to see if you can change yourself when this person looks at you, even with all the, all this high attitude.
Yeah,
this person will always come. It happens in marriage, it happens everywhere. I know there are people who are tough, but it can only be for a while. It can't be for a very long time. It can be for a very long time.
Now, does that mean you should apply the same method, the same key to between a staff and a boss? Between
a staff and a boss, I don't think that can be applicable. Not in all, maybe not in all settings.
That are the things that the boss can actually adopt to be able to help the staff, or the staff to help the boss. For instance, like if the boss is a toxic person, or even toxic is not actually a good thing because they frustrate life and there, of course. So now, but how can the staff be able to just already know your boss temperament, and to be able to still live around the person and not to use your Christianity in your work, of course. Okay.
I know you don't bring Christianity, you don't bring your religion into that, because maybe your boss might not be a Christian.
Yeah.
You understand? Boss might not be a Muslim. The boss might not be someone who believe in God. But all the thing the boss knows is just to work, to money and go. You don't put religion, but do your thing. Do your work. Avoid. Do your work. Avoid. When you do your things right, I don't think your boss will always see any mistake. You understand? Or looking for what to say. Once you do your things, once you do the right thing at the right time, what is expected of you can do, then avoid. Stay off.
Wow. So between the staff and the boss now, he or she should make sure that you try to
avoid trouble. Of course.
One of the keys to do the right
thing at the right time at your workplace. Don't use your not use just your religion. Don't use your boss's personality to judge. Don't say because it's very toxic, it's too harsh. They have to be working anyhow. You want to do your own job.
Right.
You should do what else does it want?
Okay, so now this I can easily solve it. And I pray that God will help somebody under the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
Any kind of personality you have as your boss, just do your best. Always pray that Holy Spirit should help you, and it will always help you. Don't forget what Jesus Christ says. He says the Holy Spirit. He said, I will not leave you comfortless. I will leave you helpless. I will send for the Holy Spirit.
The comfort.
He easily mentioned the Holy Spirit because it's not like helping you. And I've been helping those who truly want it. Help. People that truly, because at times you might not feel like we need this help. Or you actually feel like you need this help. Like me, I need this help. I always need this help. We always need this help. Of course. As a believer, you cannot do without the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
This is energy kingdom marriage. Our mind is we must be kingdom minded.
Yeah.
Caution. So now, between you and your boss, you have heard the word. Make sure that you always involve the Holy Spirit to help you to handle things and do your work. Don't use any of your boss's attitude as an excuse to now start doing another wrong thing. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate and get so grateful to have you here.
Thank you.
God bless you, man. God bless your marriage in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Okay, so that'll be all for today. And thank you for joining us on Logkingdommarriage GCB. And we're gonna see you next week. And don't forget to send your question to our Gmail, and I'm going to answer you directly. Send a message to our Gmail, and see you next week, Thursday, by God's grace. Bye for now. Bye.
LOGGCB. Guide, correct, and build till the heart is filled with the knowledge of God's glory.